Up everybody, it's me, Crosspatch. Welcome back to my Madden 22 Pittsburgh Steelers franchise. We're at home again today, taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Big division rival. Walloped these guys pretty good our first game of the season, but they are no doubt looking for some revenge today. And they're 3-3 on the season. We're 5-2. Still behind the Bengals. They're 5-1. Had a bye last week. So our work cut out for us in this AFC North going forward. And some bad news today. We will be without Najee Harris. Did he get hurt last game? No, he did not. Was he hurt in practice? Nope. The game has just decided he was limping around and he is out for the game. So I'm not going to be... I felt like I was a little too complainy last game. So I'm just going to let it go. We're going to play with the guys we got. You're going to see some Benny Snell, some Anthony McFarland today as we take a look at Jackson's numbers. And these Ravens are tough. I mean, we did put a lot of points on them last game. But they've got a lot of speed, especially at the wide receivers position. And yeah, they've got a lot of tough matchups today. So we'll see. I got some ideas in mind defensively, but we're going to start out just doing what we do with the pressure. And that's Levi Wallace. Big interception last game, and he's starting out with a pick today. There we go. And here comes Mitch Trubisky. Doing all right. Can't say I'm too unhappy with him. Let's get this thing going.
Very likely they're going to say it's this man right here, the NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go, but they keep going to the pace he's at. Dangerous team come January.
Dangerous throw. Probably should have went to the tight end there.
Now here's a pass on first down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point.
There's Freiermuth. Down to the 10.
Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing. And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky.
Johnson. Another little bit of a dangerous throw. We're living dangerously so far this game. That play that I just called, I had the audible out of. I don't have a lot of answers to that when I see coverage I don't like. So something I've kind of been working on. And I don't know if that's the answer either. But it worked that time at least.
2nd down and goal. Trubisky.
And there's Freiermuth. Dangerous throws.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And we missed the extra point. Of course we missed the extra point. Coach is disgusted.
Start here kicking wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this.
All right, so let's if if Jackson wants to throw interceptions today, I am more than happy about that.
Offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson, and he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive.
I think getting pressure on him definitely helps us. That's again. Oh, that. That was my fault. I think he was my guy.
You know, with receivers, we talk about their speed, great hands. It's tough to quantify elusiveness, but they say he has great elusiveness, and he showed it right there with a run after the catch. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5.
3 yards for Jackson.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Dobbins, nothing there. 3rd and goal. Let's see if we can hold these guys to a field goal after my stupid mistake.
Jackson from the shotgun.
Throws it away.
But it's incomplete.
Great defense there on 3rd.
And they will be happy with a field goal.
Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well.
Let's go, Olszewski.
You didn't jinx it.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about
All right.
the 17-yard line.
Short field last time. This is really our first possession, kind of the game.
Offensive possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself,
We got a blitz coming in.
you don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Trying to playmaker somebody to go downfield. Nobody wants to listen to me.
Second down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
And they maybe aren't interested in guarding McFarland here. We'll see what happens. Nope, that safety's coming up. And there we go. We'll take it. They don't want to guard him. I think we got to make up for our missed extra point here if we can.
Let's go ahead and go for 2. Now Trubisky, they're going to throw for it.
There we go.
Steelers are going to have first and
All right. So we had a blown coverage. They had a blown coverage.
Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but you identified an open target and put it.
Let's see what we can do now. Yeah, I think keeping pressure on these guys is the way to go. Obviously covering the guys we're supposed to cover. Nice play by Fitzpatrick coming up and making the tackle in the hole.
Makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. These are his numbers from last week's contest.
Oh.
Carries, 98 yards and a score.
Dobbins bounces off a tackle. So it brings up a 3rd and 4.
The same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good.
We're going to stick with pressure.
So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people up and downfield.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he slips up past the 45.
Edmonds gets beaten by the halfback.
Another catch for
Okay.
drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They go play action now. Jackson.
Torched. Yeah, we can't run with him.
They'll take it into the end zone for a
We just can't run with him. I'm tempted to put
Hollywood, Marquise Brown. His 5th touchdown now.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm tempted to put Pierre out there, who is our fastest defensive back, but he's really not as good as Wallace or, I mean, he's really not even our top 3 best corners.
The catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is down to 4. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
But even he would only be a 93 speed compared to, or 94 maybe, compared to 97. I mean, what are we going to do? I don't know what I called here.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They run for the first time with
Benny Snell for a couple.
They can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's going to be the end of the first quarter. We're up 14-10.
Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Okay, let's see what I want to do here. I'm going to be a little bold and possibly stupid.
From the gun, it's
there we go. There we go. I'm glad Trubisky didn't miss him. That's all I have to say.
He is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
And I think this is what the early
so that was supposed to be a little like under route to Freiermuth, but looking at the coverage there, it looked like we had man, and you know, just kind of patched together a play there that seemed to work out. So are we going to have a track meet with the Ravens today? I don't know that we win a track meet.
Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
An option handoff here to Dobbins.
Dobbins for a few.
Forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Steeler Nation looks beautiful today.
The running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the
Dobbins
and he takes us up to the 40.
breaks it out for a first down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age.
So many weapons on this Raven team.
Running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college. They went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round.
They're grinding it out with Dobbins a little bit here.
Who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield. To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Jackson.
Broken up. Nice play by Wallace. And what do we want here? I think we're going to go. I think we're going to go with a drop coverage here.
That worked quite well for the defense.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson.
Oh man.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. He'll get this one down.
All right, can't give him time either, I suppose.
A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
And he'll work this.
Dobbins shut down.
3 at 2nd down.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fall. In this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses.
Big hit by Alualu. That brings up a 3rd down.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson.
Man.
Well, the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this.
Coming up on the 2-minute warning.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing is Jackson. They set up the screen for
TJ Watt
and they'll be driven back here.
shuts down the screen. That takes us down to the 2-minute warning.
Loss on the play, not what you need.
And hopefully we're going to get this ball back. Hopefully hold them to another field goal here, get this ball back, and maybe score again before half.
On second and goal, Jackson. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins.
Dobbins down to the 3.
Here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal. Again, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Forced the bad throw there. 4th down. They're kicking a field goal again. We're going to have a minute 40-something, a minute late 30-somethings.
Tucker's kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher. And I think
Minute 46, 3 timeouts.
They just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right?
I'm going to run the ball here. I was looking for something. I think this is going to be a cover 2 over the top, which I don't want. McFarland with a nice gain. All right, so we're going to go cross wheels, no huddle. Try to work this thing down the field with the time we've got left.
On second and a couple, Trubisky.
Johnson still on his feet.
Johnson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45.
These guys bumping into each other is driving me crazy when they're running these crossing routes. You can kind of make the read that he's going to be open like well before he is, but then he runs into somebody. So kind of frustrating. Oh, this is no good. Go. We'll take the little gain on the gain with our legs there. Johnson again is open. That time the guys bumping into each other helped us. And I think we'll stick with this. We might have Johnson again with a mismatch. Yep. Down to the 4. Yeah, he keeps drawing Steven Nelson, former Steeler. Same situation last game, and Johnson just kind of torched him. I'm going to get him out of there and let him take a little rest. Get Claypool in here for this play. I don't like this. We're going to go mesh.
Now Trubisky to throw.
And there's Freiermuth. Wanted to go to the slant there, but they were locked up on Claypool. All right, so let's keep these guys out of the end zone for the rest of this half. And we're going to get the kickoff coming out of halftime. And we've got all the momentum. We've got the little guy in the circle, and we've got the muscle, the bicep pose there. We've got both of those. I don't want to go man coverage here, I don't think. I want to go like a... We're going to go like a cover 3 blitz, I think. Good job, TJ Watt.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Another bad throw by Jackson. He's 9 of 14, 190 yards. And will we get this ball back again here? And if we do, how stupid do we want to be? Jackson is running. Intercepted by Pierre. Maybe I better get him on the field more. My dog's getting excited here. 36 seconds. What do we want to do? We're having some success with that cross wheels and working the clock. We still have 3 timeouts.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You're trying to get all back and just as you mentioned there.
Johnson was open, but he stepped out of bounds. So if I had thrown that to him, we would have gotten an illegal touching. There he is. We'll take a timeout. Maybe I want to take a look coming across the Claypool here. I mean, if we go in the halftime with this score, it's not a terrible thing. So we don't need to be doing anything crazy. And we missed Claypool, wide open. All right. 20 seconds left.
It helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On 2nd and 10, Trubisky eluding the pressure right, and he wisely will throw that.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we are.
Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that. Frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing.
Actually, let's take a look with Johnson here.
Trubisky to throw again.
There he is again. I was going to say we're going to run it. Get in there, Deontay. I don't know if he was in or out, but I called the timeout anyway, because you cannot take them with you. Yeah, I was ready to run that ball before I saw how the defense lined up. Once again, we've got a defensive back stepped up on Claypool there. So we're going to go mesh and hope for the best here again.
Final play of the half. It's Trubisky.
Freiermuth again. And we are putting it on the Ravens again. We've had so many close games, especially since switching to the 6-minute quarters. But we just have these Ravens number. I'm trying to force them to return this so we can kill the clock.
This likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. The return is Duvernay. So we reach halftime.
All right, so yeah, not too bad.
So far, as we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan.
305 yards passing. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but could be. All right.
Well, I know we hold off on the halftime update after
So let's stick with what we've been doing. Blitz counter. Defend medium pass. We're getting the ball coming out of halftime here.
So the halftime break behind us, and we are back underway with the third quarter of action. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass to the 21.
Here comes Trubisky having a pretty darn good game here. Absence of Najee Harris kind of puts a lot more on his shoulders.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next.
Let's see if we can get what we want here without doing something dumb. No, that is not what I meant to do. Come on now.
Kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead.
We jumped off sides.
That could be the decisive blow in this.
Trying to set something up there and press the wrong buttons.
This O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
So let's go.
We were grading them on their performance in this game. A lot of pluses in their boxes.
Let's see if we can still get that.
A full start backs them up
Okay,
five.
corner roll, safety roll in this way. Might have a blitz coming. Let's see what we can do.
Here's Trubisky
Yep.
to throw. Being chased out left.
Almost caught by Freiermuth. Play kind of fell apart there on us.
When you lose in a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now it's Trubisky.
There's Freiermuth again.
Right back to Freiermuth, complete this time. It's a pickup.
Freiermuth is a known fumbler,
Third down. And with that last play,
or has been anyway.
300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels
I think he'll get better.
and I hate that.
Right now, I really worry about him coughing it up in the second half, especially.
And he's achieved that in this performance.
There goes McFarland.
They'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember.
Yeah, Freiermuth is really tired here.
We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if
Up
you
to
don't
McFarland.
take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first down.
312 yards,
That's good for only
5 touchdowns for Trubisky.
It was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your
There's Claypool.
expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Still on his feet.
And into the end
Mitch Trubisky's lighting it up.
Pittsburgh. Chase Claypool, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And it's
Trubisky's lighting up the Ravens today. No thanks to my terrible field goal kicking and extra points.
been his day.
Coach, come on, we're up 41-something. Well, how could you be upset about that? 41-13. We can afford to miss an extra point, maybe.
There to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25.
So let's go. Let's stop these guys one more time here. Get the ball back. We'll see some Benny Snell, some Anthony McFarland.
Interception, just any interception. Are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any
Dobbins
run back.
plowing his way for
It didn't affect me. It's just
close to a first down there.
Again, you're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
And once again, everybody bites on the play fake,
First down and more for Jackson.
including me.
So tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
Dobbins stopped in the hole. Highsmith and Jack all over it.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
There goes Dobbins.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. Fighting his
Can't
way
tackle him.
to contact. And he is into the end zone for a
All right, so the Ravens hanging in there.
J.K. Dobbins, his 6th touchdown of the season.
Still going to be down by 3 touchdowns.
Tucker able to connect on the extra.
But there is plenty of time left in this game for me to do something stupid and let them back into this.
And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins.
Stay there. All right, so let's see if we can get Anthony McFarland going a little bit here. We're going to try to run the ball. We're going to try to kill some of this clock. I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. We maybe don't want to run the ball here. I think we're going to throw the ball.
Here's Trubisky.
There we go. Didn't like the look of that too much. And even this I don't like the look of on the ground.
Now Trubisky on first down.
Knocked away. We did have Oshesky open there.
Third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet. But
see if we can get the block on that linebacker there.
But understanding clock management here on out.
There we go. Nice job by Oshesky getting that block.
And he'll get this up past the 40.
McFarland close to a first down.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Again, McFarland. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
All right.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace.
And we'll keep running this halfback base if they let us.
Taking their time and making it work.
I don't know, man. I'm using McFarland here. I mean, I love Najee Harris, but McFarland has some pop to him.
I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 44, Trubisky. A throw left side, caught by
Freiermuth again.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens.
We'll let the quarter run out. And we got this thing in hand pretty well here. You know, anything can happen, I suppose.
Going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, McFarland. He'll get it to the 23-yard line.
McFarland 49 yards on the day so far here.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. McFarland once more. And down inside the 15 he goes.
Down to the 13.
Starting to look like this drive.
And we will keep running this thing.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the off-season. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground.
I think we're going to go play action here. See what happens.
From the red zone now,
oh, there's no play action at all.
Flush to his right. And he just
I had altered McFarland's route there, so you know, didn't do any play action. So that was a mistake.
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back.
Anthony McFarland down to the 4.
If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
So one more touchdown pass would be 7 touchdown passes for Trubisky. Do we want to do that? I think we do want to do that. If we can. I think we're going to run this, though. With Snell, maybe get a first down.
Try to run forward with Snell.
There we go. Because
Because
they are locked up on that receiver.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, we all know how important that down is for both sides.
I think we got an open door here.
I feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt.
What? Now, come on. He was in the end zone.
It's going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. That catch good for only a
All right.
A lot of people ask the same question all the time.
See how they're lined up on the corner there, on the wide receiver there? Like, I'm not throwing that I'm not throwing that slant when they're lined up like that. So we'll try to get Freiermuth again here. There he is again. That play to Claypool should have been a touchdown. It seemed pretty pretty clear. He caught the ball in the end zone, but, you know, whatever. I said I wouldn't complain. Seven touchdown passes for Trubisky. Still 3 minutes left in the game.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out.
All right, let's go.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Now he'll escape to his right.
And I missed him entirely.
For Jackson. And he'll even avoid the contact in the end as he will finally slide to
I'm not making these angles on the next gen here. I feel like I'm not making good choices.
Jackson to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. His second catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's second down.
2-minute warning. We got a 48-20 lead over these Ravens. We're going to be taking a look at the stats after this game if you want to hang out. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do that. If you're enjoying these games, and there's a fumble forced by Witherspoon. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. It's been a long road. So if you are enjoying this game, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you don't mind. Stop short of the first, I think. Yep. And they're probably going for this, I would assume.
So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception.
Why wouldn't they?
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on third down. And he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down. Broke the one tackle, but
yeah.
Free. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
I think I need to spend some time in practice mode on defense.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Forced out to his left. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
31 seconds left. Ravens driving, I guess.
We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something? Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow.
Whoa!
Waiting for him to take off.
Wallace making a try on the interception there. Well out of bounds.
7 on second and goal. Jackson.
And that's kind of the same thing that happened with us. He looked like he was kind of in there.
And now it's third and goal.
And this will be the end of the game. So there we go. We take on the Ravens again and wallop them. Weird, kind of weird, because we've been having such close games with everybody else. We lost to the Jets, but we crushed the Ravens, so I don't know. I don't know, man. Let's take a look at our numbers. Trubisky, off the hook today. 395 yards passing, 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. In the absence of Najee Harris. And I gotta tell you, I really like McFarland. Like, I don't see the, I can't bench Harris, obviously, but McFarland has some speed and acceleration that Harris, I'm just not feeling it with him. So, I don't know. Do we work him into the offense a little more? I don't know. It doesn't seem like enough footballs to go around here. But Freiermuth, 8 catches, 58 yards, 4 scores. Johnson, 7, 197 and 1. Claypool, only 2 catches but a touchdown. And McFarland, 2 for 84 and a touchdown. So Trubisky spreading the ball around a little bit. Claypool with a pancake. There you go. It's nice to see your receivers laying guys out. Edmonds, 6 tackles. Witherspoon, our only sack. And Pierre and Wallace with interceptions. So that's that. We sweep the Ravens. We've swept the Browns. And we've got 2 games coming up with Cincinnati. And that, I think, the way those games go will kind of determine who wins this division. So that is still to come. Not expecting to beat them 48-20 by any means. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this game. Whatever you decide to do, I hope you have a great day. And I'll see you next game.